We live in an era of constant connectivity, and yet the more connected we become, the harder it is to produce anything meaningful. We reply instantly. We switch tasks constantly. We fill every quiet moment. But the work that shapes careers, and sometimes lives, requires something rare. Sustained, uninterrupted depth. That is the premise of deep work, and it is more radical than it sounds. Cal Newport is a computer science professor, not a productivity influencer. He built his career on focused, high-value output, while deliberately avoiding most social media. His argument is not motivational. It is strategic. As distractions increase, deep concentration becomes rare. And when something is both rare and valuable, it becomes powerful. The central idea of deep work is simple. The ability to focus without distraction on cognitively demanding tasks is becoming the defining skill of the modern economy. Not visibility, not busyness, but depth. We have been conditioned to believe that responsiveness equals importance. Newport argues the opposite. Depth creates value. Shallow activity consumes it. Unlike most productivity advice, this book is not about doing more things faster. It is about doing fewer things more intensely. Most systems try to optimize distraction. Newport suggests eliminating it. Not managing notifications better, but reducing them entirely. He distinguishes between shallow work and deep work. Shallow work feels urgent. Emails, messages, meetings. It looks productive because it is visible. Deep work is different. Writing, solving, designing, learning. It is mentally demanding, which is why many avoid it. Shallow work gives quick rewards. Depth compounds. Focus is not a personality trait. It is a neurological adaptation. Interrupt your attention repeatedly, and your brain adapts to fragmentation. Train sustained focus, and it adapts to depth. There is another consequence of distraction. We begin thinking in fragments. Ideas do not mature. Connections remain shallow. Deep work protects the depth of your thinking. In a knowledge economy, attention is a form of capital. Where you direct it determines what you build. Two abilities matter most today: learning complex things quickly, producing at an elite level. Both require depth. When most people operate distracted, even moderate focus becomes exceptional. You do not need to be everywhere. You need to go deeper somewhere. One practical principle stands out. Do not rely on motivation. Design your environment. Schedule fixed time blocks. Choose a specific location. Remove notifications. Structure reduces friction, and friction defeats intention. Some argue deep work is unrealistic. Not everyone controls their schedule. And that is true. But the point is not perfection. It is intentionality. Even small pockets of depth matter. 30 minutes of undistracted effort is more valuable than hours of fractured attention. The goal is not isolation. It is control over attention. There is a deeper implication behind this idea. If attention determines what you produce, it also determines who you become. When your days are fragmented, your thinking becomes reactive. You respond more than you create. You consume more than you build. Over time, this shapes identity. You start seeing yourself as someone who is always busy, but rarely immersed. Deep work challenges that identity. It asks you to become someone who can sit with difficulty, someone who can tolerate silence, someone who can focus without constant stimulation. That shift alone changes trajectories. If you apply one idea from this book, let it be this: schedule depth before it disappears. Block 60 minutes. Choose one demanding task. Remove your phone. If you are learning something new, sit with one concept. Struggle with it. That struggle is growth. Depth requires something rare today: tolerance for silence. There is also a cultural dimension to this idea. We live in a system that rewards visibility, quick replies, constant updates, public activity. Depth, by contrast, is often invisible. No one sees you thinking. No one sees you struggling with complexity. And because it is invisible, it is undervalued. But history rarely remembers the most responsive person in the room. It remembers the one who produced something enduring. Deep work is not aligned with short-term validation. It is aligned with long-term contribution, and that requires patience. This is why the practice feels countercultural. When you disconnect, you feel like you are missing something. But what you are really missing is noise, and what you gain is clarity. Over time, that clarity compounds, not dramatically, not loudly, but decisively. The book is structured and practical. It focuses on systems rather than vague motivation. It assumes a level of autonomy that not everyone has. But even within constraints, attention remains a resource, and most people spend it carelessly. The world is not becoming less distracting. It is becoming optimized for fragmentation, which means depth will only grow more valuable. The question is not whether deep work works. The question is whether you are willing to train your attention long enough to master it. If this perspective was useful, you will find more structured ideas on the channel. Take your time exploring them,